I was delivering a sofa when the world ended. Seems fitting, right? I spent my whole life moving other people's stuff, their furniture, their boxes, their shit they didn't need but couldn't throw away. Never thought I would end up moving bodies. My name is Nolan Hayes. I am 31 years old, and before everything went to hell, I was nobody. I operated a forklift at a warehouse in Portland, Oregon, 8 years. Same job, same routine, same paycheck that barely covered rent. On weekends, I picked up delivery jobs for extra cash. That is what I was doing on the 15th of October 2024, at 2:47 p.m. when the world stopped making sense. The sofa was a sectional, one of those massive L-shaped things rich people buy, and then decide they hate 6 months later. I had picked it up from a house in West Lynn, loaded it solo because the homeowner didn't want to help, and was driving it to some address in Beaverton. Classic Tuesday afternoon. Radio playing the Foo Fighters. Sunday out. Traffic light. Thinking about whether I could afford to buy my niece Lily a birthday present. She was turning 6 next week. I was comfortable being nobody. Comfortable with routine. Comfortable with invisible. Then nobody became everyone. The first sign was traffic. Interstate 5 just stopped. Not construction stop. Not accident stop. Full gridlock stop. Cars everywhere. People standing outside their vehicles looking at their phones. I was on 205, trying to cut over to 26, when I saw it. A woman stumbling in the road. At first, I thought drunk. Maybe drugs. Portland had its share of both. But something about the way she moved jerky wrong. Like her body was fighting. Her brain made me slow down. She turned toward my truck. Her eyes were clouded. Not blind clouded. Something else. Milky white film covering normal brown eyes. Like cataracts but wrong. And her face, Jesus. Her face twisted in this expression that wasn't pain, wasn't fear, just hunger. I rolled down my window. Mistake number 1, madam. You okay? She lunged at the truck. I mean lunged. Hands on the door, fingernails scraping metal, mouth opening impossibly wide. I saw her teeth, normal teeth, not fangs or anything, but the way she bared them. The sound coming from her throat. I gunned it. She held on for maybe 3 seconds before falling off, tumbling onto the pavement. I watched in my mirror as she got up immediately. No pain response, and started chasing another car. My radio crackled. Reports of violence downtown Portland. Avoid Pioneer Square area authorities. Responding, I switched channels. Every station had the same panic. CDC advises staying indoors. Infection spreading rapidly. Avoid contact with anyone displaying symptoms. Aggression, clouded eyes, erratic behavior. Infection. The word hit me like cold water. I had seen pandemic movies, read about Ebola, Colorado vid, all that stuff. But this wasn't slow. This was fast. This was happening now. My phone buzzed. Text from Claire, my sister. Nolan, something's wrong. School locked down. Came to get Lily, but they will not let anyone leave. Are you seeing this? People are acting crazy. My hands tightened on the wheel. Claire, 27. Elementary school teacher, single mom to Lily, the only family I talked to. Our dad left when I was 12. Mom died 6 years ago. Claire and Lily were it. I typed back one-handed. Stay there. I am coming. Don't leave the school. Her response was instant. They are attacking people, Nolan. Please hurry. I threw the phone on the passenger seat and floored it. The sectional sofa bounced in the truck bed. I didn't care. Someone's furniture didn't matter anymore. I took side streets, alley shortcuts, routes I had memorized from 8 years of deliveries. Avoided main roads where traffic was stopped, cars abandoned, people running. I saw more of them. Infected. Had to be dozens stumbling through intersections, chasing anyone who moved. I saw one tackle a jogger. Saw the jogger scream, thrash, then go still. 30 seconds later, the jogger stood up, clouded eyes, jerking movements. 30 seconds. Jesus Christ, 30 seconds. I made it to Lily's school, bridal mile, elementary, familiar, tan building, playground out front. The playground where I had pushed Lily on swings last month, where she had begged me to watch her cross the monkey bars. The parking lot was chaos, parents screaming, trying to get inside. The front doors were locked, windows covered from inside, and the infected were there. Maybe 20 of them, drawn by the noise. They were attacking anyone in the parking lot. I didn't think, I just drove straight through them. Metal crunched. Bodies hit my bumper. I felt the impact, heard the screaming, my screaming, theirs, everyone's. And I didn't stop until I reached the front entrance. I jumped out, ran to the doors. Locked. Claire. I pounded on the glass. Claire. It is Nolan. A face appeared in the window. Not Claire. A teacher I didn't recognize. She shook her head, mouthed, "No one in. My sister's in there, Claire Hayes, please." Behind me, infected were getting up. The ones I would hit, they weren't dead. They were getting up. I pounded harder. Opened the goddamn door. Another face, Claire. She saw me. Her face crumpled with relief, and she started yelling at someone inside. The lock clicked. The door opened 6 inches. "Nolan, get in." Now I squeezed through. She slammed it behind me through the deadbolt. We collapsed against each other. She was crying. I was shaking. "Where is Lily?" I asked. "Supply closet with the other kids." We locked them in when it started. When what started? I don't know. An hour ago, parent came to pick up his kid, tried to attack a teacher. We locked down, called police. They never came. Then more parents showed up, but they were wrong. Like him. "Nolan, what the fuck is happening?" I looked around. The school lobby. Normally bright, welcoming, covered in kids' artwork and bulletin boards about kindness. Now it was dark, barricaded. 30 terrified adults huddled against walls, and outside, faces pressed against windows, infected, testing the glass with their hands, moaning this low, awful sound that wasn't quite human. "I don't know," I said, "but we need to get out of here." A man approached us, big guy, construction worker build, maybe mid-40s. He had that alpha male energy, loud voice, commanding presence. "You the delivery driver?" he asked, looking at my truck outside. "Yeah, Nolan Hayes, Brennan Wolf. I was here picking up my daughter when this shit started." He gestured to the windows. "Those things are everywhere. We are trapped. Do we have weapons? Fire extinguishers? Baseball bats from the gym? That is it, phones? No service. Internet's down. Whatever this is, it is widespread." I looked at the infected outside. They weren't coordinated. They didn't work together. They just wandered, grabbed whatever moved. "We wait," I said. "They will leave eventually. Animals get bored. These things, they are animals now." Brennan laughed harsh. "Animals, those were people an hour ago. My daughter's teacher is out there trying to eat us. That is not boredom, that is hunger. Then we wait until they starve. And if they don't, I didn't have an answer." Claire grabbed my arm. "I need to get Lily." "Where?" "Supply closet, down the hall. She is with 5 other kids and Mrs. Patterson." "I will come with you." Brennan stepped forward. "I will lead. I have got a bat." We moved through the hallway, me, Claire, Brennan, and 2 other parents. The school was dark, only emergency lighting. Our footsteps echoed. We reached the supply closet, Claire knocked softly. "Mrs. Patterson." "It is Claire, open up." The door cracked open. An older woman, Mrs. Patterson, must have been 60, gray hair, kind face peered out. "Thank God. Is it safe for now? We need to move the kids to the lobby. More people. Safer." The kids filed out. Lily was third. 5 years old, blonde hair and pigtails, wearing a purple jacket I had bought her for Christmas. When she saw me, she ran. Uncle Nolan, I caught her, lifted her up. She wrapped her arms around my neck and didn't let go. "Hey kiddo, you okay?" She nodded against my shoulder but didn't speak. We moved back to the lobby, 30 adults, 6 kids, trapped in an elementary school while the infected gathered outside. I was a forklift driver. I moved boxes for a living. I had no training for this, no skills, no plan, but I looked at Lily's face, buried against my neck. And I knew one thing for certain. I wasn't leaving without her. Whatever it took, whatever I had to become, I was nobody. But nobody was all we had left. The supply closet smelled like crayons and fear. We had moved the kids their safest spot in the building. No windows, solid door, and the adults were taking turns guarding the lobby. My shift started at midnight, the 15th of October bleeding into the 16th of October, and the world outside was screaming. I sat with my back against the front doors, holding a fire extinguisher like a weapon, listening to the infected moan and scratch at the glass. Behind me, Claire was in the closet with Lily and the other kids, trying to keep them calm. I could hear her reading a picture book, voice steady, despite everything. The hungry caterpillar ate through one apple beside me. Brennan Wolfe paced. He had been pacing for hours. "We need to move," he said for the 10th time. "We move, we die," I said for the 10th time. "We stay, we die slower. Slower's better than faster." He stopped pacing, glared at me. "You got a better plan, forklift guy?" I did, actually, but it required Brennan shutting up and listening, which seemed unlikely. "Yeah, we wait until dawn. Light makes them easier to see. Then we move as a group to my truck, your truck. That piece of shit's still running, and I drive us to the warehouse district. Industrial area, fewer people, which means fewer infected. Buildings are concrete, defensible. We barricade, raid nearby supplies, and wait for rescue. Rescue from who? The government's gone. You hear that last radio broadcast I had before all signals cut out around 10 p.m. We would caught fragments, military deployed, CDC overwhelmed, FEMA camps overrun. Then nothing. Just static. "Someone's still out there," I said, not believing it. "No one's coming." Brennan sat down, finally scrubbing his face with his hands. "This is it. We are on our own." Vanessa Torres appeared from the hallway, 26. Barista at the coffee shop I hit every morning. 8 months pregnant and somehow still moving. She lowered herself carefully next to me. "The kids are asleep," she said. "Claire's staying with them. You should sleep too," I said. "Cannot. Baby's kicking. Probably stressed." She rubbed her belly. "Not ideal timing for bringing a life into the world, huh? Could be worse. How?" I thought about it. "Could be 9 months pregnant." She laughed short, exhausted. Gallows humor. Nice. We sat in silence. Outside, the infected had thinned out. Maybe 20 visible now instead of 50. Brennan was right about one thing: they were people. I recognized faces. The parent who had attacked the teacher Dale something. Contractor used to coach Little League. Mrs. Martinez from the office, the crossing guard whose name I never learned. All of them gone now. Replaced by things that looked like them but weren't. "You think there is a cure?" Vanessa asked. "I think if there was, we would know. Maybe it just takes time." Scientists working on it right now, maybe. But I didn't believe it. I had seen how fast infection spread, 30 seconds from bite to turn. Whatever this was, it wasn't natural. It was fast, aggressive, perfect. Like it was designed at 4 a.m., we heard breaking glass. Back entrance. Something had smashed through a window. Brennan grabbed his bat. I grabbed my extinguisher. We moved toward the sound. The hallway was dark. Emergency lights cast red shadows. We heard shuffling, that wet moaning sound. An infected turned the corner. Woman, maybe 40, wearing scrubs, nurse, probably. Her clouded eyes locked onto us. She charged. Brennan swung, caught her in the shoulder. She didn't flinch, just kept coming. I sprayed the fire extinguisher, white foam everywhere. She stumbled, blinded, clawing at her face. "Hit her!" I yelled. Brennan swung again. This time he aimed for the head. The bat connected with a wet crunch. She dropped. We stood there, breathing hard, looking at the body. "Is she?" Brennan started. "Dead. Yeah. I mean dead, dead. Not infected dead. Actually dead. Does it matter?" He stared at the body. "I killed someone. You killed an infected. That is not someone anymore. That is what I am telling myself." He wiped his bat on his jeans, hands shaking. "You ever kill anyone before?" "Number me neither. Thought I would feel more, feel different. But I just feel tired. We should block the window." We spent the next hour barricading the broken window with desks and filing cabinets. By the time we finished, dawn was breaking. Golden light through the windows. The infected in the parking lot were clearer now. I counted 17 visible. I went to the supply closet, knocked softly. "Claire, it is me." She opened the door. Lily was asleep in her lap, still wearing her purple jacket. "We are moving soon," I whispered. "Get her ready." "Where are we going?" "Warehouse District. I know the area. We will be safer there." "Nolan, is this real?" "Are we really?" "Yeah. This is real, and we are getting out." I helped her wake Lily gently. The other kids stirred, 5 of them, ages 4 to 7. Mrs. Patterson stood, joints cracking. "What is the plan?" she asked. "My truck's outside. It is a cargo truck, big enough for everyone. We move fast. Stay together. Don't stop for anything." Infected seem slower in daylight. Less aggressive. We use that. Brennan appeared behind me. "I will lead. Clear the path." "No," I said. "You bring up the rear. Protect the kids from behind. I will lead. It is my truck. I know where we are going." "Since when are you in charge?" "Since you asked for a plan and I gave you one. You want to lead. Give me a better idea." He didn't have one. We gathered everyone. 32 adults. 6 kids. Brennan found keys to a school van in the office backup transportation. I had led in the truck. He had followed in the van. I looked at the group: teachers, parents, a pregnant barista, a construction worker, a forklift driver. Nobody trained for this. Nobody ready. "Stay close," I said. "Stay quiet. If someone gets grabbed, keep moving. We cannot stop." "That is cold," someone said. "That is survival. Anyone who doesn't like it can stay here." No one stayed. At 6:30 a.m., we opened the front doors. The infected noticed immediately. Heads turned. That awful moaning started. 17 of them began moving toward us. "Now!" I yelled. We ran. I had Lily on my back, her arms around my neck, legs around my waist. Claire ran beside me. Vanessa moved slower, pregnant. Exhausted, but 2 women helped support her. The infected closed in from both sides. 10 feet, 5 feet. My truck was 30 yards away. Might as well have been 30 miles. An infected lunged at Claire. She dodged, barely. Another grabbed Mrs. Patterson's arm. She screamed. Brennan was there, bat to the skull. The infected dropped. Mrs. Patterson kept running. We reached the truck. I threw open the back cargo door. Everyone in now. They piled in. Kids first, then adults. The cargo bed wasn't meant for passengers. No seats, just metal floor, but it held. An infected reached the truck, grabbed the door. I kicked its face. It fell back. I slammed the door shut, locked it. Brennan. Van, he was 30 feet away, surrounded by 6 infected. He swung his bat wildly, hitting 2, but the others closed in. One bit his arm. He screamed, crushed its skull, but the damage was done. Blood running down his forehead.